Hey, and welcome to the last of our 12 days of live streams. My name's Cody.
I'm Sam. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, it's been fun getting to listen and interact with everybody over the last few days and getting to check out all the vendors. If you have missed any of them, you're more than welcome to check them all back at nfm.com/live. Today, I'm going to be the guy that's going to talk to you about Sonos. Sam, I know, is going to be working with you guys here with Imperial. We'll also have Canadel and Midea folks who are experts with those guys talk about them here later. But yeah, with our Sonos equipment, you're more than welcome to ask any questions about them. I will be getting those directly to my phone. So if any questions do come up at any point, I'm always happy to help answer those. But really, the big thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about today was that overview of the whole immersive system, where you're going to be getting that Arc Ultra, which is their newest soundbar here, just came out last year. It's going to be a full 11.1.4, all built into the bar itself. You also would be getting this subwoofer with that bundle here. And you'd be getting two of the Era 300 rear speakers as well. These guys can be used for either your rear speakers, or if you wanted to use these for like music listening in a different room, you're totally going to have the ability to kind of mix and match how you want to set those up. Nice thing too, we do have an NFM gift card giveaway going on right now. So don't forget to ask those questions. That's how you get entered in a chance to win that gift card. But the big thing that you're getting when it comes to that Sonos system is that overall total Dolby Atmos immersive experience. You're going to be getting those elevation speakers where it's going to be sending audio up to your ceiling, bounce off the ceiling, come down from above, provide you with that sense of elevation for you. You are going to be getting that extra deep, rich bass with this guy. It's going to be that dedicated power source for your low tones. So your soundbar and those rear speakers don't have to exert as much power to cover those low tones for you. It's going to lead to an overall much more and rich experience in comparison to what you would normally get. Let's see. I think we got a question coming in here in a moment. Some of these guys are going to be supported by Bluetooth. I do see that's the first question that came up. When it comes to the Bluetooth options from Sonos, they do have two speakers that are typically dedicated for more of that Bluetooth portability. That's going to be the Move and the Roam 2 here. Otherwise, they're typically going to be connecting via your Wi-Fi connection at home. It's going to establish a mesh network underneath your home's existing Wi-Fi. We'll be able to ping up to a total of like 32 speakers, typically on average underneath one Wi-Fi network. And next question, does NFM offer installation? We absolutely do. We're going to have the ability to either install just that Sonos Arc Bar or Arc Bar with sub or that full immersive experience. We typically do that when we are installing TVs. When you do it with a TV installation, you actually do save a little bit of money while you do that. It's set up pretty easy. Would love to get this for my dad, but I don't live close and can't help with setup. So from my personal experience with it, from having worked with it, I've had fairly good success with the ease of access. Once you download that Sonos app and you put it on your phone, you're going to essentially just have that application walk through the entire setup process for any of the speakers that you get. And once you establish that first connection, it's going to actually start recognizing those other speakers as you're adding them into the room. You get that plugged in for the first time. It's going to actually probably pop up on your Sonos app, just like, hey, we see that you're adding an Era 300 speaker. You want help with that setup? And then it's going to hold your hand, walk you through that entire setup process. Would they work with a projector? The answer to that is yes. It is going to be dependent on the setup to your projector, though. Typically, we recommend using HDMI ARC for your Sonos sound system, just because that's how you're going to be able to get the full Dolby Atmos immersive experience out of that. So when you are running it via a projector, usually you do have to kind of consider your cable management with it, how you're going to get that HDMI cable from your projector. If you're doing an overhead projector, down to that soundbar that's going to be closer to the actual screen. That is one thing that you would have to take in mind when you are going the route of using a soundbar with a projector, but it absolutely can be done. Let's see. Other things that I might just be forgetting. Other things that are nice about them, we do have that True Play tuning feature. So it does optimize sound for your room when you are going through that first initial setup. It's going to essentially be sending signals throughout your entire room where it's going to ping off your phone. It's going to communicate with your phone throughout the entirety of the setup of those speakers. And it is going to automatically optimize that setup for you to help give you some of the better sound that you can get in that space without needing to have a professional go through that installation for you. What size space is this ideal for? So it really does depend on which sound system you are looking for when it comes to the ideal space for it. Normally for like your medium to large rooms, I would recommend going with that Arc Ultra, but they do also have their option with their Sonos Beam, which is still going to be able to give you that Dolby Atmos support. And then they're also going to have their Sonos Ray. They'll have a Sub Mini as well for those small to medium sized spaces. And then they're also going to have their Era 100s, which will be that smaller solution in comparison to the Era 300s. The Era 300s would have that Dolby Atmos support, where it's also going to be factoring in your elevation speakers, your better object tracking than what you would get out of these guys. But both of these guys do have similar functionality to where you're going to have no issues with getting them incorporated into the overall rear system of your audio setup. So both of those guys are going to be fantastic for that. Does the Sonos have a remote? No, it does not. It's going to essentially convert your phone into the remote. When you do run the sound bar and that sound system to your TV, as long as you have it plugged in via HDMI ARC, that's going to be a digital handshake between your TV and your sound system. It's going to let you adjust the volume of the sound bar using your TV remote. And then if you wanted to adjust the equalizer on your sound system, everything would be accessed through your phone. And does it have an app I can control through? Yes, it would be recommended that you download that Sonos app when you do first go through that setup. You might have a little bit of a hard time without it. Definitely would be beneficial for that. Let's see. Other things that I think are always really cool to know about these Sonos speakers as well is that overall easy setup. The fact that you're going to have an easy time actually linking that Sonos application with your favorite streaming service from, either Spotify, Apple Music, whatever it may be. It's going to be integrated into that app from Sonos to where you're going to be able to easily play any of that music throughout your entire home. So you can take like a sound bar, couple of those speakers, have that in the main room. You can take from there a couple of these smaller speakers, place one in like a bedroom, place one in the hallway, have them all play that same music at the same time, or you can have them playing their own thing. And they are going to be wireless to each other to answer that question. Compatible with any TV. It's going to be compatible with most TVs. Anything that's new within the last 5 years at the very least should be compatible, as pretty much all of those guys are going to have that HDMI ARC capability. If your TV does not have HDMI ARC, however, it is still going to be supported by your fiber optic input. So double check on the back of your TV, see if you've got that little square input with that little red glowing light in there. That would be what would work for you for that. Since it's connected via Wi-Fi, can we use Google Home or Apple HomeKit? Yes, you can use Google Home or the Apple HomeKit. I know it can be paired with those. I also know that it has a lot of good flexibility with Alexa as well. That's how I've used it in my personal experience with incorporating it into a smart home system. Personally, I've been out in a hurry. Got to go ahead, turn off my TV, Alexa TV off. My Sonos speaker is the one that's pinging off that. It powers off my TV for it. Super convenient in that regard. Let's see. Can you have multiple devices paired? Not exactly sure about the scope of that question. If the question is, can you have multiple phones paired and communicating to a soundbar? Answer to that is absolutely yes. Would just need to be under the same Wi-Fi network as those speakers. Can you have multiple devices paired to like the TV? You would be able to run a soundbar with like the Sonos Ace headphones if you wanted to split up that dialogue. And can you finance? We do offer financing on these guys. If you are buying any of those systems that we talked about, any of those full immersive systems, they're definitely going to qualify for that 18-month financing that we have here at NFM. So you get that year and a half to pay off the balance on it, same as cash, no problem. Let's see. Flying through these questions here, guys. Really, the last things I would probably want to mention on these is we still do have that NFM gift card giveaway. So feel free to keep asking those questions, whether it's about Sonos or we are going to be moving over to Imperial here in just a moment. Ask questions about what they've got. That's how you get entered into that $250 gift card giveaway. And then when it comes to that Sonos, like I said, one of the biggest things I really do appreciate about it is the overall expandability on it. Being able to add these speakers throughout your entire home makes it a full home audio solution, which isn't something that a lot of other manufacturers are doing with their speakers right now. So if you are looking for a seamless way to get integrated into a system where you don't have to think too much about where you want that music to go, or if you just want it to all play at the same time, Sonos is going to be one of the best ways to go about doing that. And then I'll check one more time, see if we've got questions. Don't see any other questions. Let's see. Last thing I think would be worth mentioning, if you are looking at pulling the trigger at any of those immersive experiences, with all of these speakers being wireless, they don't need cables running to each other or anything. They're only going to need a power source. So you're going to be able to take this subwoofer. You're going to have flexible placement with it. You can have it right next to the TV. You can move it by your couch, anywhere in that room where you're going to think that that space is going to be optimized properly for it. These guys do a great job of fitting in those spaces. So awesome. Thanks so much for listening to me about my Sonos stuff. Like I mentioned, we do still have a lot more stuff to talk about. We're going to have Sam here kind of take the reins. We're going to walk over to our Imperial equipment. Sam, do you have any questions or anything about the Sonos as we're heading that way?
Over Sonos, is there any subscription fees that you have for the app?
You don't have any subscription fees that come with the Sonos app itself. If you are looking to utilize any of your streaming services with Sonos, you do need to factor in your subscription services for what may be like your Spotify or your Apple Music or your Qobuz.
Okay.
But other than that, yeah, no subscriptions or anything.
You said it's pretty simple install. It's just depending on the TV.
Love the overall simplicity behind it. I think so, but granted, I've been around this stuff for a few years, so what may be easy to me may not be the case for everybody. So if you've questions about any of it ever, any of the home theater associates at NFM are always going to be happy to help answer those.
And I'll be taking over for the Imperial side. Imperial was established back in 1955 with 60 years to back up its history. In general, it's a fourth generation family that is running it, so it's pretty backed up. Design team that they offer has 50 years of experience regardless of which design you go with. With pool tables, they have 24 options of premium felts that they offer, so this one being one of our most popular sellers currently. With this one right now, they're including a dining table top that is free, that's not available to a lot of tables. So if ever needing to, you're able to just set it up as a dining room table quickly, get the game going afterwards. With these guys, the style that they offer is pretty nice. All the woods that they source are going to be hand stained at the end of the term or when they go to assemble it. They have K66 rubber, which allows for the balls to have a better bounce regardless of which way it's going, and it's going to support that blow a lot easier so that you don't hear the balls clanking around too much. With everything that Imperial offers, it's drop-in pockets, which are leather, so it supports the sound of the balls going into the pockets directly a lot better, like I was saying. With Imperial, once again, anything that you are to get, it's going to be pretty good. Oops, sorry, I have some questions coming in. How long they should last? Everything that they offer is backed up by lifetime warranty on craftsmanship. That including the 3-piece slate that's underneath the felt. Anything of the wood pockets are the only thing that are guaranteed for a year. Everything else that they offer is lifetime guarantee. For that, like I was saying, 3-piece slate, so it makes it a lot easier for you to carry or have to disassemble when you are moving. With these, the felt is something that's customizable. So if this color isn't meant for the scenario that you're putting it in or the aesthetic that you're wanting to go for, there's 24 other colors that you're able to choose from. And yes, so the colors I was just going for, anything that's on the Imperial's website, you're able to throw onto any of the tables that are either HB, Imperial, there's QTech, and then there's There's a fourth brand that they offer that do pool tables as well. But for all of the stuff that we have currently, we have really good promos. Within the metro area, we do allow delivery and assembly for all of these. Right now, for holiday time, it's free. It's the best time to do it. Prior to holiday time, it's $149.99 for the delivery fee, $349.99 for the assembly, and then players kits, which is included in the bundle now, are all going to be included. Yes, they are solid wood. Everything that they offer is going to be a mix of wood. This one, for example, is going to be a mix between pine veneer, engineered wood, and acacia. So this one, when it's done, when it's finished, it gets hand stained. So everything that you see here is going to run through one last final production to make sure everything is set correctly. Can you get... Yeah, so with Imperial, there's 24 different colors that you're able to get onto this specific table or any of the other tables that we have through Imperial or the HB brand. To keep like new, with these, really just the felt's the only thing that you would have to worry about. The wood has really good protective covering on top of it. The felt, it's going to be simple. If you drop something on there, soap water to get it off. If not, steam cleaner, it won't affect it at all. With these in general, there shouldn't be much that goes into upkeeping it besides getting it stable, and then if anything were to happen to the felt, just getting it refelted with more Imperial stuff. With this, I also want to go through the 7-foot. This one's going to be an 8-foot table, so it's going to be more to your traditional liking. We have a 7-foot table, which is right over here that I'll show you guys, which is going to be for a lot smaller of a space. 7-foot, the play style won't change too much. It's just going to be a little bit smaller compared to what people are used to. This one's one of the other Imperial tables that is pretty well sold. We do not have replacement pieces or parts. For that, if you were to look for a slate that's cracked, anything like that, we can offer a replacement. Felt, we can offer. Rubber, we can offer. Anything else being pockets, wood, it's just something that's not something that we offer through our full protection plan. On the felt already included. So the protection plan is something that's extra for the felt portion of it. The protection plan that we offer is a 5-year that guarantees any stains, burns, tears, punctures is going to cover the felt in general that you're doing. Of it, it's not going to cover cigarette or cigar burns. It's going to be very specific case scenarios, but any stains, if you guys are having a good time drinking, anything falls onto the table in general and it stains it, you get either a felt replacement or a free cleaning out of that. The turnaround time right now, it's a little bit iffier. With what we're offering, if it's something that's in stock, there's a chance that it can go out within the next week to 2 weeks. If it's a special order to where you guys are customizing the pockets, the felt, things like that, the felt and the pockets, when it's customized, will take 6 to 10 weeks to get in. Anything past that being in stock, it's going to be a week to 2. In the free accessory kits, I'll show you guys really quickly, which is what this is right here. It's going to include everything that you need to get the table set up. So you're going to have your pool racks, or your cue racks, sorry, your pool cubes. You're going to have your brush, your balls. You're going to have your triangle and accessories, and then a tabletop cover as well. So if you guys ever want to do that or that, these two are going to be included for that specific. Then shot positioning for the pool cubes, you're going to have your aimer right here as well. So all that's going to be included for the free kit that they offer. Like I said, right now, delivery, install, pool table accessory, player kits is what's included for our promos. How it should be cleaned. I recommend just soap water for the felt and then let it air dry. Anything like chemicals or whatnot, there's a chance that on the felt color or anything of that sort, it'll come off. So try to keep it as simple as possible. With these, if you were to stain it, that's where our protection plan comes in covered, because at that point, you'll have a professional come out and clean it. If you know how to, you can deal with it. It's the easiest thing. Sizes on pool tables, we have 7-foot, we have 8-foot, and then professional 9-foots. 8-foot is what's standard for majority of homes. With an 8-foot table, it's required to have at least 5 feet in every direction, this way and that way, for you to have the better playability. 7-foot, once again, 5, and then 9-foot, 5 feet all around. Not separately. So if we do sell accessories, it'll be in the player kits just like this. This Imperial one right now, it's marked at $239.99 for everything that you need to get it set up. So anything being cues, balls, triangles, brushes that are separately, we don't offer here besides in our player kits. Yes, tables are very heavy. When our guys go to do it, it comes in pieces for it to be easier to get it installed. The 3-piece slate is what really gets it to that portion, and then all the natural wood that they use just adds up to that weight. So in general, on a lot of these guys, when we have to move them off the floor, it's a 4 to 5 man team that has to move it. So they are pretty heavy. One last thing to go over with any pool tables, anything that's sold, anything that we offer, we do deliveries. Just make sure of that it's only within the metro area. Anything farther out than that, we don't. We're still able to do deliveries, which is just driveway drop off or in-home delivery. That would be the only other way that we can get it to you. So if you're within the metro area, the promos that we have going on being free delivery, free install, and the players kits is all included. Anything outside of the metro area, it's just driveway or in-home delivery, which is charged at that point. Yeah, majority of what we offer here. So the Imperial should be available at our Kansas store and our Texas store. I'm not too sure about the Des Moines store, but anything that we offer here, there we should be able to get out to you. It's just going to be whether we can install it or not install it. That changes the fact. That's basically for Imperials. That's what I want to show you guys. Sorry, Cody. We're going to go over here. Once again, this one, it's not a promo that they're offering for the dining table top. It's something that's included with this Blake specific pool table. So anything that we have here in general being this dining top, which a lot of people are enjoying currently, it's not something that we sell separately. It's something that's included for that $24.99.99 price tag. So that'll be free install, free delivery, players kit, and your dining top table to keep that hidden for you. That'll be optional. I don't recommend. So like for all of the floor samples that we have, we do have rugs under them. If you are a person that likes to have a rug under it, feel free to. It's going to be personal preference. With these, balancing the feet are just going to be little pads that you'll put under them to be able to keep it leveled. That's basically like an area rug. So it's up to you. It'll be personal preference and optional whether you want to have an area rug underneath it or not. We do in store though, so all of our pool tables that we have select fews that have pretty good area rugs underneath them. Let's see, place underneath after install. So back to the area rugs, I wouldn't recommend it because at that point, if you go to try to lift this table up, you have to remember you have all the 3-piece slates installed. You're going to have all the feet, all the wood pockets attached. You're going to be adding on weight. It's better to put that area rug down before our team is to get out there and just tell them, hey, I want this table to be installed on top of that area rug, and they'll get it done for you. Afterwards, our team is not allowed to go back out there and get it lifted up and placed on top of that area rug. It's the only thing with these guys. So just keep that in mind. With Imperial, we're going to go through with how they're offered their design team, any being this 8-foot and then the 7-foot. It's a 50-year team of stylists that have been able to design these fitting all home aesthetics, regardless of where you're at or what it is. All of these are going to be pretty well and simple to get fit into your home. Styling being this one or that 7-foot that we went into, it's going to be one of the better ones to hide or keep it simple in home. With what we offer as well, they do air hockeys, they do foosball tables, they do tennis tabletops, and then bar cabinet features and benefits, which connects it to a bar if needed to. At that point, you're able to have it all kind of simulated either in the basement or a man cave, depending on what you're doing. With these, the craftsmanship that it takes to get it, like I said, it's all hand finished, all ran through a final inspection. So wood stain finish up top, K66 rubber, which is this little piece right here, leather pockets to support the sound coming from the balls and cues going down. If anything, with how they're offered, it should be just a smooth game that you were used to. If you do professional level, this is what it's going to be simulating it towards. So the suppressant and the sound that you get out of it, it's going to be almost as if you were playing a tournament. Same with the 7 foot. The only thing that changes on the 7 foot is that you get a smaller side or size. 8 foot is really going to be your at home. But like I said, keep in mind, you need 5 feet all around, regardless of if you're going with 7, 8, or 9 foot. But we're going to go over to Midea with Emily now, get you guys ran through that. Cody, did you have any questions on our pool tables?
No, not questions, more so just comments. I think that that dining table idea is awesome.
Yeah.
Me, I've got a small space, and I not only do I like playing pool with friends, but I also like playing Dungeons and Dragons. So I see that, and just being able to take that and incorporate it into the same space.
Exactly.
That seems pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And then one last thing, I want to make sure people don't forget, the way that you do get into that entry for that $250 gift card is just by asking questions.
Exactly.
Once you get that question asked, you are submitted for that chance to win. We saw Emily over here just a moment ago.
Yeah. No, it's all right. We'll wait for her. I have one final question that has came in. The store that we're located in is going to be the Omaha, Nebraska store. Kansas store, our Texas stores are going to be slightly different. So for what we're referencing now is going to be through Omaha. If any more questions come up through the Imperial side, I am here in store for throughout the whole holiday time. Anything besides that, come in and ask our sales professionals. All of us are highly trained on that billiards and game bar area. So if anything comes up, feel free. We're in the Omaha, Nebraska store once again. And then make sure you keep commenting, because at that point, you guys are entering to get into that $250 rewards card that we're offering. Now we have Emily for Midea.
Hi guys, welcome to the appliance part of our live stream. As Sam said, make sure you're commenting, asking your questions, because who wouldn't want to spend $250 at the mart? So today we're going to be talking about Midea. It is newer to the mart, but they've been in the industry for over 55 years. They have facilities in over 44 facilities, and they can be found in over 200 countries across the world. What's nice about Midea is they have fridges to fit any size in your kitchen. So this is going to be one for people who are a little limited on their space. So 30 inches wide, 66 tall. So it's a nice compact refrigerator. On the inside, there's plenty of space for your storage. You have adjustable shelves, your gallon-sized bin, and then if you wanted to, you could definitely add an ice maker to this. They do have their larger capacities, reaching as much as 29 cubic feet with autofill features, dual ice makers, gallon-sized door bins. So whatever kitchen needs you need for your groceries, Midea can definitely help you out with that. In addition to fridges, they do make all appliances. So over here we have one of their dishwashers, an easy to read control panel, buttons to let you know your cycle selection. And then on the inside, they've upgraded to a stainless interior on the door and the sides. That's going to help with your sound, your longevity, your performance. Some glide racks here, and then your silverware basket here on the bottom. There are some adjustable tines in the back that'll allow you to kind of play Tetris with your dishes. And then, of course, they have a full lineup of ranges, microwaves, and different models, convection, traditional. So whatever your cooking needs you need, Midea has an option for you. In addition to their kitchen lineup, they also have laundry. So if you'll follow me over here, we can touch base on that. Sam, do you have big plans for Thanksgiving?
Oh, yeah.
Do you need a new fridge for all your groceries?
I do. I'm stuck with the small fridge, so that Midea is in a pretty good price range for what I'm looking for.
Alrighty, so this will be one of the laundry sets that they offer. With their top loads, you get a decent sized capacity, a large drum for your bigger loads. Here you have it with an agitator, so a nice aggressive wash for any of your heavily soiled items. What a lot of people are liking is this auto dispense drawer, so you can put your detergent and your softener in there, and then it'll dispense it just at the right time. Easy to use. The control panel is pretty simple. You just turn your dial, and then you have your adjusting on your water level, your wash temp, and then a push button. What's also nice here is that you can pause it up to a certain point. So if you drop a sock on the stairs and you notice it after the laundry started, you can definitely stop. Dryer is pretty simple to use, very similar to the washer. Nice capacity on this, 7 cubic feet. Nice bright light in there so you see your darker socks or darker items, and then an easy to clean filter here on the inside rather than having it on the top where your lint kind of flies all over the place. Let's see what questions are coming in. So they say, how many racks are in the dishwasher? The dishwasher has an upper and a lower rack. They do offer a warranty with their items. With most manufacturers, you get a 1 year, but with Midea, they do offer a 2-year parts and labor warranty on that. With the dryer, it is available in gas or electric, so be sure to double check that before you come in so we can figure out the right fit for you. Wow, a lot of people want that $250 gift card. So with the washer, you can use any detergent, whether it be powder, liquids. If you do use the pods, or the new trend is your laundry sheets, those would go directly down into the drum there. With the color, more traditional, the refrigerators can come with handles or handleless. With your laundry, your 2 color choices is like this darker gray, or they're also available in white. The biggest difference between having a washer with an agitator versus without your agitator is with an agitator, it'll just give you a more aggressive wash. So your heavily soiled items like denim, Carhartt, if you work in an industry where you're getting really dirty on the daily, the agitator helps move things side to side, but also up and down. So there's just a lot more motion in your wash cycle. With an impeller, that's for more of your delicate items. You're not getting dirty on the daily, and it's still going to have movement with the impeller on the bottom and the drum around the items, but it's just a lot gentler. So it doesn't move the clothes quite as much. So if you do wear finer fabrics, you know, have things with lots of strings, it'll help with tangling, but then also it won't be as aggressive on those items. There is a quick wash setting with most manufacturers. That quick cycle is anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes. We don't get to play with these in full capacity, but on average, it's about a 15 to 30 minute cycle on that. And then this particular washer is a 4.1 and a 7.0. Your refrigerators will range anywhere from 18 cubic feet, 3 inches wide, to a 29 cubic feet, being 36 inches wide. So lots of items, lots of options within your lineup. So if you bring in your dimensions, bring in what you're looking for, any sales associate can definitely help find the right fit for your kitchen. Yeah, just keep asking questions, guys. It looks like a lot of people are commenting here. With the gentle cycle, most of that is going to be notated as a delicate. So you are able to run a more delicate cycle. Even with an agitator, that delicate cycle, even though there's still that motion, it's going to be less aggressive. So the machine will know to auto adjust how much movement in the cycle, even though traditionally an agitator is kind of a aggressive wash. So family of 5, you know, family size, if you're used to doing larger loads, doing a larger capacity, if you're doing, you know, full size bedding, queen size bedding in your house, this will definitely be able to handle those larger loads. But, you know, if you have kids, you know that laundry can definitely grow exponentially day to day. So still the ability to fill these pretty full. I'd say about 75% full. And then we can, you know, you can auto adjust if it's just, you know, somebody's soccer uniform. So that's Medea's laundry. I do want to be able to show you that larger capacity fridge just because a lot of people are moving towards the larger refrigerators. And then there's just some nice features that Midea does offer in terms of there. So we're going to take a turn here.
Question for you, Emily.
Yeah.
For all of our appliances, do we offer install on all of them?
We do. We just have to include new accessories and then just make sure our shutoff valves are in good condition.
Okay.
So all your sales associates are knowledgeable on that. So they'll be able to explain exactly how to hook up laundry and refrigerators. So this is going to be one of those larger capacities that I was talking about. It has a nice clean design for the water dispenser. So water and ice, you would just adjust between crushed, cubed, or your water feature. With this guy, nice bright light. What's nice about Midea is they have their easy glide doors. So there's two little pieces here on the bottom. You pull forward, and then this can auto adjust up and down. So if you had a down, all your comments, and then a newer feature with refrigerators in general is your retractable shelf, which a lot of people are really liking because not always does our gallon of milk fit, things like that. With the split shelving, that does make it a lot easier. And then the other big thing in the Midwest here is people really like their cheese. So they have their long, full-length deli drawer that will pull out even if the doors are only at 90 degrees, which not all refrigerators can do that. And then easy to find filter replacement. That's here in the center. So there's no guesswork or, you know, behind the fridge and the freezer. It's right there, front and center, easy to reach. And then with your freezer, plenty of storage space down here. So full pull-out drawer, which is nice. So the back of the bin clears the door so you're not, you know, reaching, digging. There's a little snack stash here in the drawer if you want to hide your frozen Snickers bars. And then this one will actually have two ice makers. So you have one upstairs in the fridge to dispense out your door. And then if you're hosting a party, need to fill a cooler for sports season, you have additional ice down here in the bottom. So, and then a soft close door. So it looks like there's some questions coming in. Yes, NFM would haul away your existing appliances. So for $50 a piece, NFM will definitely take those off the hands for you. Water filter we just touched on, but again, if you missed it, the water filter is right here in the middle. So we just put it in. We just don't have one in right now. No water to filter here in the store. And then this refrigerator is 29 cubic feet. This one is 36 inches across and almost 69.5 inches tall. And then just the traditional matching handles that go and match all the other kitchen appliances. Wow, you guys are just asking so many good questions. As far as dimensions go, all of your refrigerators can come with the doors off. So if you are concerned that maybe it might just be too big to fit into your house, but still would fit in your kitchens, that's a free service that NFM could help you out with. You know, getting it inside, getting the old one outside, and just making sure everything to fit. No. So somebody just asked if this refrigerator requires two filters because of the two ice makers, and the answer is no. The one filter will do it both for you, so you don't have to go searching for a filter down here in the freezer or anything like that. The one filter would take care of everything.
And question for you on that, Emily, does that second ice maker always have to be on?
Usually you can turn everything off. So if you look here on your control panel, you usually always have to unlock it first. And then this button would let you know if it's freezer on or the freezer is off. You can also connect this to your internet. So if you download the Midea app, you can check your temperature. It'll alert you if your fridge is dropping temperature, things like that. So yeah, Midea has been a great product for people who are limited on space and things like that. So it's been a good fit for NFM. A lot of people have inquired about the brand, and you know, we're excited to see how the relationship grows. So that's all the time we have for appliances today. I'm going to hand it over to Rachel and Sharon in the furniture building, who's going to be talking to you about Canadel. So remember to comment, ask your questions for that chance to enter the $250 NFM gift card. And I hope you all have a great Thanksgiving. See you on Black Friday.
Hey guys, welcome. We're here with the NFM 12 Days of Live Stream at the Canadel showroom. My name is Rachel from the Design Gallery.
Hi, and I'm Sharon. I am one of the sales concierge team.
Perfect. Yeah, so we're really excited to get into the nuts and bolts of Canadel. I think what I first think of is like family-owned company out of Canada. Everything is sourced locally in Canada, so that's kind of a great eco-friendly point for them. And their finish system is amazing.
You know, the finish system, I believe, is a catalyzed finish. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, so catalyzed is actually like a chemical reaction, essentially. But what you get out of it is something that's super clean. It's a smooth finish, and it's really going to be durable for you.
I love how this table has like distressing. It's kind of like a black distress look. Can you tell me like the style and what that kind of would work for?
Yeah, so this is out of their Champlain collection, and you can choose a variety of tables, chairs, options for the seats as well. As far as the finish goes on the top, you could do something more distressed like this, or you could decide to have it be just like a simple plain finish as well. We love this because it's kind of that French country, a little bit farmhouse look, rustic. So if you love that attention to detail and texture, this would be a great option for you.
I love it, and I think it's great for families too, because it does have that Canadel has that catalyzed finish, and I think that's perfect.
Yes, you get a lot of style, but a lot of durability with Canadel, and that's why we love to use it here at NFM.
Options, right?
Yeah. Let's go look.
Yeah.
All right, so we're over here next to the fabrics. You've got fabrics, vinyls, leathers to choose from. So if you wanted to do an upholstered dining or counter stool, this is where we go to pull that out. All of these are going to be a performance fabric for you. So again, durability is the main point.
And my favorite part is the tool that they have that we can use to help a person create their own special, unique bowl.
Yeah. I love that having something visual, especially if you're intimidated by the process of doing something custom.
I would be.
Yeah.
You're going to special order something. Yes.
Yeah. It's hard to think of something out of nowhere. So to have a tool like this is great. Not many companies have this, so we love to show it off.
And then you can pick your stain, because I think there's like 50 different stain colors as well.
Yeah, lots of stains to choose from, painted woods. So if you wanted a more natural look, you could do that, or you could decide to do something painted. Again, it's going to show you the distressed option and then the matte finish as well.
So I have a couple of questions for you already from our live audience. Okay. One of them is about the warranty, and I know that Canadel has like a 2-year warranty, but I also know that their swivel bases by Trembler, actually that mechanism has a lifetime through Trembler. Can you talk a little bit though about like the weight limit on the chairs? Yeah,
okay, so that's great. We can go look at this counter stool and talk about that. So what's unique about Canadel is they actually have a 450-pound weight limit. That's kind of amazing for a company that isn't commercial. So love that. Again, durability is the #1 priority.
And then another question is ordering like time frame. Are we thinking 2 to 3 months, or what would you say on a special order?
I give it about 8 to 10 weeks,
okay.
Especially if we're doing a big set just to make sure that we get it here in time. I've seen it come in 6 weeks though.
For your
so.
special occasion, because if you're ordering for a special occasion, we want to prepare ahead of time for sure.
Yes.
Another question was a little bit about cleaning codes. Now, I know online, Canadel has a wonderful amount of information about like how to care for your table, but also our sales professionals, part of our job, I think, would be to help you pick fabrics. And those fabrics that you choose will have a cleaning code on them.
Yes, so that will show you how you're meant to care for the piece, which is great. With the finish, I'd say mild soap and water, real simple. You don't need to take any harsh chemicals to this.
So another question would be the process of ordering is available. We happen to be in the Omaha location, but we have Kansas City, we have the Dallas area, the Colony, and soon to be Austin. So we have professionals in all these locations to help you with your Canadel special order.
Yes.
And you can play online and do the Canadel.com, and they have the design feature there. So you can play around online.
Yeah, definitely you can.
So totally different look.
Yeah.
Tell me about like what this look would go for.
I would do this in a more contemporary home. Again, guys, make sure you're asking those questions so we can give you that $250 gift card. But what I love about this table, it's just how clean the lines are. And when you think of Canadel, sometimes you might think of a more traditional, simple look. This is a very simple look, but it's really clean. So love it. Do you have another question?
I have some more. You want to talk about, this is a loft style. And the loft style probably is more contemporary yet.
Yeah.
With the smoked glass and a kind of pecan finish.
I love that they chose to show it this way, to do kind of this larger square. It's not very common. So to show kind of the breadth of what you can do with Canadel is awesome. So several different options for glass tops. You've got this really beautiful metal base with a thick, chunky leg, a really cool mixture of materials there.
And so some of the questions are, we talked about the type of wood, primarily birch wood. Is that not correct?
Yep, birch wood is going to be what you see with all the tables and chairs. And then you also have options to do buffets and side pieces.
Yeah, side pieces. And there's even a couple occasional tables that can go along with it as well.
Yeah.
And it is customizable. So there is, within the Signature series, you can customize like even some of the sizes if you needed something a little longer.
Yeah.
Another question is actually about extended warranty. Can you tell me a little bit about an extended warranty that you can add to these purchases?
Yeah, so NFM is partnered with Square Trade, which is an Allstate company. They are fabulous as far as what they'll cover for accidental damage. So I always let my clients know about the Square Trade plan and how they could be covered for 5 years. Again, like chips, dents, burns, your kid drops something on the table, like that type of situation.
I have a puppy, dog chewing the leg off a table.
Yeah, sounds terrifying, right? That is covered as well.
Yeah, it happens. So when we look at like this style, one of the questions was, do we have to get these chairs with this table?
Yes, you do not. You can mix and match anything from Canadel.
Even within, we could have like captain's chairs and side chairs, and they could even just be coordinating.
Definitely,
which,
yes.
You know, as an interior designer, I feel like that's where I would come to you to have you help me kind of coordinate that?
Yeah, I think most people aren't looking for that matchy set anymore. So great opportunity to be able to mix and match some pieces and get that look that feels kind of layered and intentional. So.
Right. So what we have on the floor, this is kind of the question that I'm reading, is this is what we would have in the stock program. And if you want to customize this, say you didn't like the smoky finish, then we'd be looking at the special order customizable, where it would probably be back to that couple months time frame.
Absolutely. Yes. So if you like it how you see it, this is how NFM has it stocked, which is really great. But again, the world is your oyster as far as what you want to do.
So don't forget, $250 while we're live, comment.
Yeah.
Another question is really about the cleaning. So each fabric that you select would have like a cleaning code. It might say it's water cleaning code, right? Or solvent cleaning code. But do they have some that are more like resistant to stains or within their line?
They do. So if you think about a performance fabric where like a liquid might drip off of the fabric. We have those options, and we can walk you through that whole process as well.
Can I just buy the chairs? Of course.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You do not have to buy the whole set unless it says something on the floor.
Usually a floor sample.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
like a floor sample. But
Yep.
otherwise, you can, if you have that table at home that you love and you just need some new chairs to go with it,
Yeah.
this is a great way to customize it so it actually goes with what you already have.
Yeah. Well, and that's a great reason that we have the bar stools and counter stools on the floor as well. So you can always add those on later. You know, I think it's great too to know that, like, even though some pieces might not, I don't know, just say like, you don't have to have them coordinate, but
Right. We just want to compliment, right?
right, we just want them to
maybe you
complement.
have grandma's table and you're like,
Exactly.
I could use some beautiful chairs to go with grandma's table. This
Mhm.
would be a great place to come and work with one of the salespeople. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you can kind of get your finishes to match up a little bit, or contrast. We've got a couple different examples of that on the floor as well.
And kind of having more questions about the wide variety of samples. So I believe they have like matte finish.
Mhm.
They also have like a rustic, even one that's even more distressed than that.
Mhm.
But also we have most of those samples here. Most of all of those samples we have located in the store. So come on into one of our Nebraska Furniture Mart stores and we can have you touch them and feel them and see them in person. And then fabrics.
Yeah. It's all here. So I think that's also a big game changer when you're trying to add some pieces to your home and you're kind of shopped out online.
Yeah.
It's great to have that physical, like really see how that finish is going to look in the light, or how the fabric might play with the finish. So really important, especially if it's a piece you're going to have for
Right.
many years to come.
Because in theory, these could be heirlooms.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
These could be the piece that you keep and hand down to your children, and this would be a wonderful place to start with the solid wood.
Yeah.
I don't know if we mentioned it. It's got like a mortise and tendon. The way they construct it, it's
Yeah.
corner blocked. So
Yes,
these
amazing.
are, beautiful solid pieces of wood with style, with so many different styles.
It's built to last. It's supposed to be timeless. And so that's what you're investing in, I think, at the end of the day.
Right.
You don't want this to be something that in a year or two you have to replace.
Right.
So that's, I think, the intention of Canadel.
Absolutely. And that finish is amazing. I know that means a lot to me for having kids and
Yes.
dogs.
Well, and it can
Kids and dogs.
induce some anxiety, right? If you're
Yes.
constantly
Oh,
having to
right.
clean up little spills all the time. So I've got little kids at home. I definitely appreciate something that can handle daily life.
So a couple questions. Are there any buffets?
We have a couple sideboards and buffets on the floor, but many to choose from
Many to
the
order.
website.
Yep. And another one, does NFM assemble these?
Everything comes pre-assembled. We can bring it into the home and to put the top on the base. We have a whole team in place to do that for you.
This is high quality. This is not ready to assemble furniture.
No.
This is all going to be put together for you. If there's a little bit of assembly like the legs, NFM would do that on an in-home delivery. Absolutely. Somebody had asked, because there's a lot of upholstered chairs here. Do you have to have upholstery on the chair?
No. I think it really, it's up to you. It's up to the client and how they live their life. So, I've got little kids. My main kitchen dining set is not upholstered because I want to be able to wipe the Cheerios off at the end of the day.
Which is why that you design on the computer is so awesome, because you can take like a basic style of chair and then decide if you want the seat could even be a different color. You could have a two-tone color, right?
Oh, that's such a good point. Yeah. Right? So you could do different legs, different seat. You can completely Frankenstein this thing.
Absolutely. And so if you do not want, here's a good example of
there we go.
Look at that. So this just shows more of a smooth, clean finish. And this one has more distressing, but it totally has that two-tone look. So you get to kind of decide how you want to build this furniture.
Again, I think that's cool when you're mixing and matching pieces, like you said, grandma's table. Maybe we want to do chairs that have a completely different color, but maybe you want to hint to the top of that table a little bit, and we're able to kind of help you match that up.
I have a couple questions for you.
Yeah.
One of them is about the cost of customizing. So one of the great things about them is though you are paying a different price than what you see on the floor to customize, they're really not upcharging you for one color over the other.
That's true.
Right.
Yes. So you're not going to get like different levels of finishes that have different prices.
Correct. It's all high quality. It's all birch. It's all got a catalyzed finish.
Mm-hmm.
So you're really just paying for the piece more so than customizing the finish. So when you special order, you get all the options and you're not being upcharged for that color over this color or anything like that.
Exactly.
Now, I do think like leather, if you chose a leather stool versus a cloth, yeah, I mean, definitely there's going to be increase for the leather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So let me see if there's any more questions.
Yeah. Anyone else want that $250 gift card?
There you go. Is there a top seller, would you say, and you're, as an interior designer, it's kind of rough because you get to do many styles for all the different people out here.
Yeah.
But if you kind of had a top seller, what would you pick?
I'd probably stick with Core. I feel like, well, and how we have it shown on the floor too, from Core, we have several different back options and you can choose what's more comfortable for you. Ultimately, I feel like it comes down to the comfort of the set for each individual. But we their main line that you can.
Because it's so transitional, I think, right?
Yes.
You can put it with more traditional house, but you can also lean it maybe more transitional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love their mid-century sets and some of their more contemporary sets, but definitely people come back for that really simple, timeless look.
Correct. Yeah, I think timeless would be a good way to describe a lot of their pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah, Canadel is beautiful, for sure.
It's so cool. Well, the other thing I love is that I feel like I have clients that they come back for more Canadel pieces. They're like, I buy Canadel. This is what we've had in our home for 10, 15 years, and I want to replace it or add to it.
Yeah, add to it, exactly. Can I contact an NFM designer, interior designer? Yes, you can. How do they do that?
Yeah, so we actually have a way on our website, on the NFM website. You can go on and ask to meet a designer. You could call us in the store. You could simply walk into the gallery and start talking to a designer. So there's several different ways that you could contact us.
And each store has their own group of designers. So we have several in each location. Depending on the day, you'll be able to meet and talk with someone. You could even have them come out to your home if you wanted a little in-home consultation as well.
Yep, we do house calls, and that's where we can measure, take photos, kind of see how your natural light plays with everything, and make sure that we're going to be getting you in the right piece for your home.
Right. I think that's wonderful. And Canadel as a company has been around since 1982. Again, family. We are here, we're Mrs. B founded, so we're really big into family companies. And this is, I think the father was a furniture maker, and when his sons kind of grew up, they joined him and created Canadel. So that's kind of a nice thing too, to know it's a really high quality company, really handcrafted.
Yes, we love to see that at NFM, and we love to support that. Yes. So we're happy to have them on our floor and talk them up. Love Canadel.
I think this is a great time to say thank you for joining us at NFM 12 Days. Thank you. I hope somebody got in on that gift card today. If there's other questions, we'll finish up and ask them. So
okay. Sounds good.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you. Have a great day, everybody.